Hello, this is James Graff with Advisors Mortgage Group, and I'm here to talk to you about Middlesex County. I have many friends and family from Middlesex. We're looking at the community report for Middlesex County. Let's dive into demographics. These values are in thousands, typically. There are 834,000 people living in Middlesex County. That's a large number. It's 50-50 male and female. The larger numbers tend to be more evened out. The lower numbers tend to be 51 female, 49 male. We're looking at the age group from 18 to 26. There are 109,300. For the first-time home buyer group, which is 27 to 35-year-olds, I believe the median income, the median age there is 33. Look that up, make sure I'm right. We have 112,610 people. Next, we're looking at 36 to 44-year-olds, 113,067, slightly higher. 45 to 54-year-olds, slightly higher again at 116,200. And it dips, which is interesting to me, for the 55 to 64-year-olds, down to the lowest number of all, 106,400. So you're looking at mostly people my age, but fairly even across the board. 45 to 50-year-olds, and then 36 to 44-year-olds, and then very close, 27 to 35-year-olds, 18 to 26, and then oddly enough, 55 to 64 is the lowest group. I have not seen that in the county thus far. Birth rates for Middlesex County are trending downward, which is very typical. I know that Ocean County is trending upwards. Annual average over the last 5 years is 9,640 births. The labor force is exactly the same participation rate as every county I've ever looked at, 62%. It's very similar to Monmouth County, where there's 86% males and 74% females, a fairly large difference there, typical of Monmouth County. Next, we'll look at Middlesex education and housing. These values are in thousands. We're looking at enrollment in schools. Elementary school, which is very similar to middle school and high school, but rising slightly, 40,930. Middle school has 41,380. High school has 41,560, rising slightly, right? Then we have a big jump, Middlesex County. College, 72,260. Imagine a lot of those people are renting, right? Renting for college. I don't know where they are. Is that in Middlesex County? They're enrolled. So I'm not sure how. I'm guessing that's enrolled in Middlesex County. The student-to-teacher ratio is typical for a larger county, which is 13 to 1. It's lower for Monmouth and Ocean, but typical for a fairly large-sized county by population. Buildings by decade. This gets interesting. Values are in thousands. This is very interesting to me because there are more buildings built in the 50s than any other. It's not a coastal community, so there aren't too many built in the aughts at all. And the 90s didn't see any building either. And oddly enough, in the 70s, it dropped, which is not typical of most of the counties I've looked at. Typically, there's a lot of homes built in the 70s when you get further out west in the western counties. Let's look at it. The buildings in the 50s, there are 53,280. That is the highest number. That is a crazy amount of numbers built in the 50s. First county I've seen where that's the largest number. Houses built in the 60s, 48,470. That's a large number too, up there with the 50s. Built in the 70s dips down to 39,120. That's one of the lower numbers proportionally that I've seen. Then of course 80s jumps back again. 80s jumping back, 49,440. Buildings built in the 90s, only 30,820. And the aughts are very small, 26,510. Very interesting makeup of buildings. Next, we'll look at Middlesex Crime. These are values per thousand brought to you by the FBI Crime Report. We'll look at violent crime, and then we'll look at property crime. Violent crime 1.42 per thousand. Aggravated assault, 0.72 per thousand. Murder, 0.01 per thousand, extremely low as Monmouth County, Ocean County, etc. One of the lowest I've seen. If it's lower elsewhere, please let me know. Forcible rape, 0.12 per thousand, fairly low. Robbery, 0.56 per thousand. Property crime, 12.7 per thousand. Petty theft, 9.91 per thousand, small. Burglary, 2.07 per thousand, which seems low to me. Motor vehicle theft, 0.73 per thousand. And arson, 0.06 per thousand, which is actually fairly typical, a little higher than usual. These are all per year, right? 0.06 per thousand per year. And with that, I have to thank you for listening thus far to me, James Graff, with Advisors Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 732-500-6883. That's 732-500-mute. And now we find out what this is. This is, you can mute your trumpet with this mute, or you can mute the audio on this video, or you can mute my incoming phone call. It doesn't affect me in any way if what I'm saying to you isn't worth your while. I do not mind at all. With that, I have to thank you for not muting the audio thus far and for spending your precious time listening to me and these statistics. I hope it's worth your while. If you do mute me and move on, I hope you move on to my other 40 plus educational videos dealing with real estate and real estate finance. And with that, I would like to wish you, I'd like to find the off button, I'd like to wish all of you an absolutely wonderful day. Thanks again. I really appreciate it.